Again, another coffee chat session today. Excited to be with you. For those of you that join in regularly, sorry I missed you yesterday. Had a bit of a, I don't say emergency, that isn't a proper, but a matter that needed to be attended to. But I'm here today, so let's get going. Let's hopefully add a little value to you today. I've seen this happen over the years. I actually have behind me on that little bookshelf a baton that was given to me. And I want to start off today is how will you pass the baton? It comes a point in life where you're no longer the lead racer. If you know anything about relay races, track, if you think about, a 4 by 100, 4 by 400, whichever it may be, there's four different runners. And after one runner runs their allotted amount of distance, they pass the baton to another. And this is what I've learned in life and business and leadership. There comes a point to where you get to pass the baton. So, you get to pass it, someone else gets to grab it. They get to run their part of the race. How will you pass the baton? You see, in track, there's a certain amount of distance in which the baton can be passed. It can only be held by two runners in that space. Really, it's the same in life and business. There's a segment of time where it's logical for both parties to hold the baton. You go past that, one person needs to carry it. Both of them can't. And that's going to happen in my life. It's going to happen in your life. And this is what I know. And I talked about this on Tuesday. The more that we unprepare, get ready for that moment, we're either going to be ready to grab the baton and run with it ourselves or hand the baton to someone else. And so I encourage you today, as you're watching, as you're listening, as maybe, you're starting to think a little bit about this. How are you preparing yourself to pass the baton? Are you getting ready? Or are you thinking, I'm going to carry it forever? I think this is what I know. You can't carry the baton forever. At some point, either you need to pass it on. And that should be exciting. You should look forward to that day, the ability to pass the baton to someone else and see them run faster than what you just finished at. Because that's how running works, right? The next thing I want to share this morning, this kind of goes hand in hand. And it's a candle loses nothing when it lights another. It's something I read this morning. And I think what I've seen is a lot of leaders, a lot of business owners, a lot of people get very concerned to pass the baton because they feel like it's going to diminish their light. It's going to, maybe whoever they pass the baton to is not going to shine as much light as what they did. This is what I know. If you're running a race and if you try to hand the baton before someone else starts running, yeah, you're going faster than they are. But that's why you have that little area to pass the baton in, where you hold the baton together. It's kind of like this. If you take a candle, I'm a person of faith, and during the holiday Christmas season, we practice this, candle lighting ceremony. And if you're at this service, one person holds their candle upright, the other one holds it at the angle, and you have to wait long enough until the new candle gets lit. It's just like this. When you pass that baton, when you're, worried about someone else, are they getting up to speed? You have to stay there long enough with them until they're at speed. That's just part of the process. So if you're concerned about passing on to someone else, are you just throwing your hands in the air and say, hey, hope you catch it. Good luck running. Or you're willing to go hand in hand with them, to carry that baton with them until they're up to speed. I believe when you do that, just like when you're lighting a candle, both candles are lit and they're both creating more light than what they did before. My last piece today that I want to share with you is this. My thought of the day, let me throw it up here for you, is ask yourself this. How are my insecurities impacting others today? That could be a shot over the bow to some. Oh, my insecurities. Wow. I'd rather just hide those. I'd rather not admit them. I'd rather, just say they don't exist. That's the best way to handle insecurities, right? No, no, not from my experience. The best way to handle insecurities is point them out, address them, put a spotlight on them, say, hey, look at this, look at this. What I found there kind of mutes the whole insecurity. People can't use it against you. You're using it yourself. And what I found there becomes a strength. So if you ask yourself, how are my insecurities affecting others today? How are they impacting others today? You're shining a light to where that can become a strength and realize, oh, if I'm holding somebody back, maybe I just need to push them forward. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys tuning in, all your comments, everything. And if you got value from today, I'd love it if you shared with someone or just in the chat. Let me know what value you got, what what action step that you're going to take from this. Again, thanks for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your day.